Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to welcome our witnesses today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your service to our nation. We deeply appreciate that. You know, defense acquisition and contracting are matters that have gotten a great deal of attention in recent months from the public, from the President, and from the Congress. And most of the current dissatisfaction is directed at weapons system acquisition, and there is plenty of room for improvement in that area. The Department of Defense has also received significant criticism regarding the cost and less than exacting oversight of general support contracts in the contingency operations, which is the subject of today's hearing. But to be fair, this is an evolving and expanding area of military operations, and while even George Washington relied on contractors for battlefield support, contractors today are an essential part of our deployed force structure. Our way of waging war is such that our deployed forces now rely more and more on contractors to provide basic and increasingly more operational services in contingency operations. As important as contractor-provided services are to the battlefield commander, little conceptual thought has been applied regarding how best to structure this support system so that a commander knows precisely what services to expect and how to manage contractors. Additionally, the military services have largely reduced their pool of acquisition specialists in recent years. The combination of greater demand for contractor services, fewer professional contract administrators, and no overarching infrastructure has led to some undesirable outcomes. Our purpose today is not to go over those mistakes, but to see how the Department and military services have embraced the recommendations of the Gansler Commission to improve our expeditionary contracting. I think the Department is headed in the right direction, and the increased pace of operations and base expansions in Afghanistan will provide ample opportunity to demonstrate greater competency. Proper oversight of contingency contracts is important, and we spend much or more on these contractors as we do on weapons acquisition, which makes it even more important in the years to come. These contracts often do not get the same attention because the work is performed overseas by more than 50,000 U.S. citizen contractors and over 200,000 foreign nationals in the Central Command area of operations alone. Mr. Chairman, the magnitude of contingency contracting operation clearly deserves this committee's continuing attention, and I thank you for your leadership in scheduling this hearing today. And our witnesses are experts in DoD's efforts in this area, and I look forward to their testimony. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.